Good day everyone, my name is Christian Paulo Hewler, taking a Bachelor of Science in Tourism Management at the Lyceum Northwestern University. Lost Connections, Uncovering the Real Causes of Depression, the Unexpected Solutions. Johann Hari is a British writer who has authored in New York Times for his best-selling book. They have been transmitted in 38 languages and have been praised by a broad range of people. The author challenges the medical model of depression that low levels of serotonin and other neurotransmitters have a causative role in depression and anxiety. The book pays attention to the social determinants of health. 9 causes of depression and anxiety which are rooted in disconnection from people or the natural world. Why should you read it? This may be useful for people with mild depression or anxiety who are seeking ways to reduce the symptoms without medication. Across the world, scientists have uncovered evidence for 9 different causes. Some are in our biology, but most are in their way of living today. This New York Times best-selling book, lauded by everyone from Oprah to Elton John, offers a radical new way of thinking about this crisis. It shows that once we understand the real causes, we can turn to pioneering new solutions, ones that offer real hope. As a child, young adult, Johann Hari believed that the prevailing pharmaceutical narrative told him that this long-standing depression and anxiety were the result of a chemical imbalance. In Lost Connections, Hari recounts the research that changed his view on depression and anxiety entirely. Cause 1 is the disconnection from meaningful work. Cause 2 is the disconnection from other people. Cause 3 is the disconnection of the meaningful values. Cause 4 is the disconnection from childhood trauma. Cause 5 is the disconnection from status and respect. Cause 6 is the disconnection from the natural world. Cause 7 is the disconnection from a hopeful or secure future. While cause 8 is the brain changes. Cause 9 is coming from our genes. I myself have been struggling from anxiety and depression for almost quite 10 years. I've often wondered about depression. It seems to take so many forms from people who are miserable because of their life situations, to those suffering the most excruciating grief over the loss of a loved one or anything else. How could it be that one illness could show the same symptoms despite the massive variety of possible causes? So how could all this be because of a chemical imbalance in the brain? If I feel sad, does it mean that the same thing is going wrong with my brain as is happening to the brain of a woman who miscarries? It doesn't make sense. So in Lost Connections, Johann Hari looks at depression from the inside. His own diagnosis of clinical depression led him taking antidepressants for years, yet he never seemed to truly recover. As he wondered why, he began to question the assumptions that we have made in the past 100 years as to what the causes of depression are and what depression actually is. So this enlightening book is a result of his research, and as a lay reader on the topic, I've found it fascinating. His conclusions can be summed up rather simply. How is it possible to live happily in a world designed to make us miserable? When we were reframed depression that way, we see that drugs won't work. They'll just make it worse. Reconnection, as the title implies, is the route we must follow to escape our unhappiness. There are those who have written negative reviews on this book, and I can certainly sympathize with them for 3 reasons. First, Hari calls into action a lot of what we take for granted. And when you are convinced that the solution to your depression lies in finding the right drug cocktail, being told that the drugs are unlikely to work at all can like a snap in the face. Secondly, some readers have long been aware of the research that Hari references. Nothing in the book will come as a surprise to them. To those of us who have never before read up on this issue, however, the book serves its purpose as well. So very well, summarizing that we know that we don't know about depression. And third, the writing style is not perfect. It's what I would call Gladwell light. There are too many attempts to make this story a real narrative, which means backtracking again and again to introduce characters the proper way. Doing this once or twice would be forgivable, but the fact that it happened dozens of times every chapter means that reading the book is sometimes more of a struggle than it should be. Despite any slightly negative words that I might offer about this text, I really have no hesitation in recommending it to everyone out there who either has depression or is wondering how they might help somebody with depression. So there's useful stuff in here. Perhaps not the stuff that everybody wants or will use, but if you dig around and look for what resonates, you might find a new approach to living within these pages. Thank you.